another installment in the ASMR for Men series, and we had lots of amazing, fun, tingly experiences lined up for you tonight. But first, a little word from our sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Manscaped. Did you know that one man every hour of every day is diagnosed with testicular cancer? In fact, it's the most common form of cancer in men between the ages of 15 and 35. And in April, it is the National Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. And I just wanted to spend a few seconds talking to you guys about men's health issues that I think are really important. So as many of you know, I have worked in cancer research for several years, and I have seen firsthand the impact of cancer screening and early detection that it can have on the outcomes of diagnosis. You know, the earlier you detect it, the better your outcomes are. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of what's normal and are regularly checking yourselves. With this in mind, I'm delighted to let you know that Manscaped have partnered up with the Testicular Cancer Society, and together we save balls. So Manscaped and the Testicular Cancer Society are a match made in heaven, and they just want to remind you guys that while you're using Manscaped products to trim below, you can carry out a really simple and easy self-check at home once a month, and you can find instructions of how to do that online on their website. And that's not all. So this month, for a limited time only, they have launched this amazing Lawnmower 4.0 limited edition waterproof trimmer. I'll show you. This is a beauty, and I think you guys are going to love it. So I'm going to show you it in a little bit more detail. This special edition trimmer is a collectible item. There are only 10,000 units in existence, so make sure to get yours today while supplies last, because once they're gone, they are gone. With the launch of their special edition Lawnmower 4.0 purple trimmer, Manscaped DM will be donating $50,000 to their longtime partner, the Testicular Cancer Society, to help those impacted by testicular cancer. To purchase the new special edition TCS Lawnmower 4.0 to support this cause, or for more info on how you can perform simple routine self-checks at home, visit manscaped.com/TCS. If you want to support their mission to shave balls, to save balls, learn more by visiting manscaped.com/TCS or donating at testicularcancersociety.org. And as always, Manscaped have provided a special discount for you guys today if you're wanting to buy any Manscaped products. So if you head to the link in my description and enter the promo code TCS Scottish, you'll get 20% off plus free shipping. So make sure to head to the links in my description. I would highly encourage you guys to check this out. This is a really cool Lawnmower 4.0, and I think it's a great cause. Definitely worth checking out. Okay, now I'm hoping to have edited out the background noise, but my laptop processing fan is currently about to take off. It sounds like it has gone to the end of the runway and is gearing itself to take off on a long flight to computer heaven. So I very much am hoping that you guys won't hear that fan sound, but if you do, I am very sorry. Anyway, so we're back, ready to let me give you lots of tingly, 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 tingles, tinkle, 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 tingles. I have some things that I want to tell you today, and that is, I think that you are amazing. I think you're handsome and kind. I think that you are interesting and super, super special. You're most definitely somebody that I would love to hang out with, because you're just so nice and you're unique in your own way. I love that about you. I want you to remember and think about how special you are, how wonderful you are, and kind and loving, that you'd make a perfect partner or a perfect friend, because it's all super true, and I want you to remember that. You are loved, my dear. You are so very, very, very loved. Even my double chin up here loves you. That's saying something. This lovely double chin. Here we go. It's too attractive. But yes, you are very loved. Continue to try and achieve your dreams. Never say never. Start saying yes. You can do this. You have got this, my dear. My love, you are wonderful. I think you're really cute. You have lovely eyes. Lovely eyes that I love to look into. Lovely eyes. And really soft cheeks to touch. Soft cheeks. I like to trace your eyebrows. You are just lovely, lovely, lovely. Wonderful. Do you like my cat ears? I put them on especially for you. And I really don't want you to feel sad or down or lonely, because know that you are not alone. You are most definitely not alone. Just relax. Close your eyes. Breathe calmly, sweetly. Let me just tickle behind your ears and your hair. While we listen to the laptop making a second attempt at the runway. Does anybody else's laptops do this? But yeah, I'm curious to know if anybody else's laptops does this from time to time. Just randomly goes mad with the fan. Okay, so I did promise you guys that we'd have some fun things to do. So I'm gonna get the fun thing. So I don't know if these are going to be funny, okay? So don't bite me. So I found through my internet searches for fun ASMR for men themes, I stumbled across funny stories that are clean by men about men, okay? So I was like, okay, let's read these and see if they are funny. And obviously we're gonna read them slowly, binaurally, from ear to ear, so you get the full effects of the ASMR from the jokes, but they may keep you mildly entertained as well as trying to sleep. Does that make sense? I hope it does, so let's proceed. Okay, this first story is called Wash It Again. My mother had decided to trim the household budget wherever possible, so instead of having a dress dry cleaned, she washed it by hand. Proud of her savings, she boasted to my father, "Just think, Ivor, we are £5 richer because I washed this dress by hand." "Good," my dad quickly replied. "Wash it again." That was a bit shit. Maybe I didn't quite get it. I mean, I did get it. He was being stupid. And was like, wash it again. But it's not that funny. I don't think so. Maybe you do. Maybe there's more meaning to it than what I've deciphered. Okay. The next one is called Fond Farewell for Father and Son. During the Second Gulf War, Ben Ford was returning to active service. As he was saying goodbye to his wife, his 4-year-old son Jerry was holding on to his father's leg and pleading with him not to go away. "No, Daddy, please don't go," Jerry kept repeating. They were beginning to make a scene when Yvonne, Ben's wife, desperate to calm her son, said, "Let Daddy go and I'll take you to get a pizza, Jerry." At once, Jerry loosened his tight grip, stepped back, and in a calm voice said, "Bye, Daddy." I mean, I think we would all probably do that. Why are these so lame? I want them to be funnier. Okay. Here we go. This one is what men are like. Let's see if you agree. Men are like blenders. You need one, but you're not quite sure why. Men are like commercials. You can't believe a word they say. Men are like computers. Hard to figure out and never have enough memory. That's a good one. Men are like government bonds. They take way too long to mature. Also true. Men are like horoscopes. They always tell you what to do and are usually wrong. Men are like lava lamps. They're fun to look at, but not all that bright. Oh, that's a shame. Men are like a mascara. They usually run at the first sight of emotion. Men are like the weather. Nothing can be done to change either. tonight's story is called A Man Placed Some Flowers on the Grave of His Dearly Departed Mother and started back toward the car when his attention was diverted to another man kneeling at a grave. The man seemed to be praying with profound intensity and kept repeating, "Why did you have to die? Why did you have to die? Why did you have to die? Why did you have to die?" The first man approached him and said, "Sir, I don't wish to interfere with your private grief, but this demonstration of pain is more than I've ever seen before. For whom do you mourn so deeply? A child? A parent?" The mourner took a moment to collect himself, then replied, "My wife's first husband." That was good. Pa-pa-bum-ch. Okay. And there's also a plane above. You might be able to hear that. It's just like a little light aircraft. Okay, the next one is called Sale of a Wife. Okay. A full and particular account of the sale of a woman named Mary McIntosh, which took place on Wednesday evening, the 16th of July, 1828, in the Grass Market of Edinburgh, accused by her husband of being a notorious drunk, with particulars of the bloody battle which took place afterwards. I don't get it. I don't get that one. Does anyone else get that? Because I don't get that. Oh, I feel really stupid because I don't understand what that. I'm like reading that again and I'm like, she's accused by her husband of being notorious drunk. A full and a particular, with particulars of the bloody battle. I mean, I'm assuming she then battled with her husband, but I don't really get it. Okay, let's go. We've got 2 more to do. Okay, the next one's called Keep On Trucking. Hello, this is Dave. I'm not home right now, but I can take a message. Hang on a second while I get a pencil. In the background there are noises, a drawer opens and there is shuffling around. Right, what would you like to tell me? Moira, young woman with a happy, cheerful voice, was working in her husband's trucking line office. She answered a phone call from a trucker asking for directions to the terminal. After a short conversation, he said he could hardly wait to meet her. "I just know you are small, blonde with blue eyes," he said. "No," Moira replied. "I'm tall, brunette, and have brown eyes." "Close enough," said the trucker. find more, because I really want to do like, oh, I'd love like more stories. Like, to be honest, even we could potentially do that with viewers. I could definitely do some ASMR for men, like a little survey maybe for the next one, because I want to know like stories by men that are funny. Like, maybe, you know, we've done like dates that have gone wrong and things like that. Maybe we could do more, but from like viewers. So like any like first date disasters, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? I really wanted stories like the feet one that I've told you about. The feet one is, there's basically an Amazon review online, I think it's Amazon, and then it's under feet hair removal cream, okay, for women. And one man decided he was going to surprise his wife for her birthday and use it on his down below area to remove all the hair. So he did do it, but what he failed to look at was that the hair removal cream was probably strong enough for like your legs, but not like your like genital area. And obviously it burned like hell. He didn't know what to do. He was like shoving like everything in like an ice cream. He was like praying for a gay snowman. It was a really, really funny review. It's really, really good. And his wife basically catches them in the kitchen in the middle of the night trying to relieve his pain. So I wondered if anybody had any funny stories like that, because I'm sure we all do. We've all got a little fault of something that was embarrassing to us or funny that happened to us. Now you're going to be like, well, what's yours, Lauren? Well, if you listen to my podcast, I'm pretty sure I talk about all the embarrassing stories on there. So, but yeah, I just want more info. I feel like there should be more info online. It's really hard to find, to have it all compiled in one place. But we will do that, guys. We will do your funny stories. I'll try and do it for next time. Okay. Now, I wanted to do a little bedtime story. A really, really, really short one. Again, it's about a man or man or something. So I'm just gonna have a quick look and see what we've got. I don't have anything good, to be honest. We've read that one. I've like read most of the short ones too. With this one, let's see. Here we go. This is about men. It's called The Three Luck Children by the Grimm brothers. So this is probably going to be very weird because they seem to write really weird stories. Okay. A father once called his three sons before him. He gave to the first a cock, to the second a scythe, and the third a cat. I am old, said he. My death is nigh, and I have wished to take thought for you before my end. Money I have not, and now I know, and what I know, and what I now give you seems a little worth, but all depends on you making a sensible use of it. Only seek out a country where such things are still unknown, and your fortune is made. After the father's death, the eldest went away with his cock, but whenever he came, the cock sails and turning round with the wind, and in the villages he heard more than one crowing. No one would show any wonder at the creature, so that it did not look as if he would make his fortune by it. At last, however, it happened that he came to an island where the people knew nothing about cocks and did not even understand how to tell time. I'm not laughing, you're laughing, okay? They certainly knew when it was morning or evening, but at night, if they did not sleep through, not one of them knew how to find out the time. "Look," said he, "what a proud creature. It has a ruby red crown upon its head, and wears spurs like a knight. It calls you 3 times during the night, at fixed hours, and when it calls for the last time, the sun soon after rises. But if it crows by broad daylight, then take notice, for there will certainly be a change of weather." The people were well pleased. For the whole night they did not sleep, and listened with great delight at the cock at 2, 4, and 6, loudly and clearly proclaimed the time. They asked if the creature were for sale and how much he wanted for it. "About as much gold as an ass can carry," answered he. "A ridiculously small price for such a precious creature," they all cried together, and willingly gave him what he had asked. When he came home with his wealth, his brothers were astonished, and the second said, "Well, I will go forth and see whether I cannot get rid of my scythe as profitably." But it did not look as if he would, for labourers met him everywhere, and they had scythes upon their shoulders as well as he. At last, however, he chanced upon an island where the people knew nothing of scythes. When the corn was ripe, they took cannon out to the fields and shot it down. Now this was rather an uncertain affair. Many shot right over it, others hit the ears instead of the stems and shot them away, whereby much was lost, and besides all of this made a terrible noise. So the man set to work and mowed it down so quietly and quickly that the people opened their mouths with astonishment. They agreed to give him what he wanted for the scythe, and he received a horse laden with as much gold as it could carry. And now the third brother wanted to take his cat to the right man. He fared just like the others. So long as he stayed on the mainland, there was nothing to be done. Every place had cats, and there were so many of them that most newborn kittens were drowned in the ponds. At last he sailed to an island, and it luckily happened that no cats had ever yet been seen there, and that mice had gotten the upper hand so much that they danced upon the tables and benches whether the master were at home or not. The people complained bitterly of the plague. The king himself in his palace did not know how to secure himself against them. Mice squeaked in every corner and gnawed whatever they could lay hold of with their teeth. But now the cat began her chase, and soon cleared a couple of rooms, and the people begged the king to buy the wonderful beast for the country. The king willingly gave what was asked, which was a mule laden with gold, and the third brother came home with the greatest treasure of all. The cat made merry with mice in the royal palace, and killed so many that they could not be counted. At last she grew warm with the work and thirsty, so she stood still, lifted up her head and cried, "Mew, mew." When they heard this strange cry, the king and all his people were frightened, and in their terror ran out of the palace. Then the king took counsel what was best to be done. At last it was decided to send a herald to the cat and command her to leave the palace. If not, she was to expect that force would be used against her. The counsellors said, "We would rather be plagued with mice, to which misfortune we are accustomed, than give up our lives to such a monster as this." A noble youth, therefore, was sent to ask the cat whether she would peacefully quit the palace. But the cat, whose thirst had become greater still, answered, "Mew, mew." The youth thought she said, most certainly not," and took the answer to the king. Then, said the counsellors, she must yield to force. Cannon were brought out, and the palace was soon in flames. When the fire reached the room where the cat was sitting, she sprang safely out the window. But the besiegers did not leave off until the whole palace was shot down to the ground. I swear these stories are so weird. They get weirder and weirder and weirder as Anyway,